All right, I think we're back on. So let me get the link for my dudes in the Discord. Get shareable link. There we go. Cool. Now let's see if this stuffed up again because I tried this before. Okay, good. So my trades are looking live now. Before, I don't know, just for some reason the um, candles weren't updating. There's some stupid glitch apparently, and my mouse is lagging a bit. I don't know what's up with this computer lately. It's a new computer, it's decent specs. Haven't been doing anything too shifty. Um, so I was gonna go monk mode again, which is basically me just like looking at one chart for hours. Someone knocking on my door? Nah. Um, and yeah, just like look at the chart and just like try and read the price action. Um, because when I place trades, I find that like I get into a state of confirmation bias, whether it's long or short, or I'm winning or losing. I start viewing the market from a different lens, usually what I want it to do or what I don't want it to do, instead of just seeing it for what it is. So at the moment, yeah, I'm kind of going in with like not much strategy at all. Um, haven't figured out. I downloaded this indicator, but it said like I need some freaking authorization by the vendor of this indicator to activate it. It's supposed to show a watermark of the symbol that I'm trading, and there was another one by them that's supposed to show the candle countdown. And yeah, neither are working. They said like if I sent them an email, they'd instantly uh, activate it, but that still hasn't happened. I'm just gonna leave a message in the chat saying like, feel free to chat here so we can have healthy human interactions. Lamau. So where's the trade market here? Where did I go long? I don't see where I... Wait, oh no, this is a short position. So, is it this blue mark here? I'm gonna check the properties window. You won't be able to see this in your in the stream. It's not showing that. So actually, it's probably in the candle properties. So if I look at candle properties, color for executions, sell, magenta. So I'm supposed to be looking for a magenta arrow. I don't see it. The last magenta arrows I see is here. What the hell's going on? Okay, so now I got an email back from that thing saying, oh, so I have to send them the machine ID. So if I go to help about, and here's the machine ID, copy that. And then I reply to this guy and I'll fix it. So then I can get my watermark and stuff. Make it a lot easier for the stream so you can see what instrument I'm actually trading. Because I don't think there's anything that says what instrument this is. I mean, other than the fact that MNQ is the only one that's trading, and that's trading. Um, so just looking for like something clearer. But that was quick. That guy got back to me straight away. His name's Max. So yeah, he's a real guy. Funny that, you know, when like you have real people doing stuff online, not just like this AI. Now I was chatting recently, just like a few minutes ago, to the guys in this Discord I'm part of, about how AI it's misunderstood. Um, People think it stands for artificial intelligence, as if there's like some really smart program on the other end of the internet connection, which is nonsense. Computers are not that smart. What it really stands for is actually Italians, because there's actually like Italians at the end. ChatGPT is really it stands for two things. One is chat with Geppetto. The other, so you probably know, like, and here's like the first bit of evidence that AI is actually Italians. It's because you can ask the AI for recipes. So the other abbreviation that ChatGPT stands for is actually a recipe for Italian food. It stands for garlic pesto tomato. So really, it's just a big conspiracy. Um, and this is why AI doesn't always get things right, because I'm not saying Italians are stupid, but English isn't their first language. So, you know, when you try to ask AI a question, you know, not only may they misinterpret what you're saying, just like anybody who English is their second language, and they're not too experienced with it, but also the way that they respond. It's like, well, they have to think about how can they um, accurately express themselves uh, and communicate and articulate their point in that second language. Now, you might think, okay, well, that theory is void. For what if you're Italian and you're still getting these things? You know, they're not answering your your questions properly, or not giving the right answer or whatever. If they're Italian and you're asking them in Italian, shouldn't it be like pretty much perfect? And well, number one, they're human beings, so of course they're going to stuff up. And number two, in Italy, the AI is not actually Italians, it's Indians. It's actually Indians. And once again, that's how come they can always give you recipes, because you know India, they're very well versed in how to use spices and that kind of thing in their cooking. Um, so yeah, don't trust AI. Oh my gosh, the mouse on my computer's going slow. I need to figure out what's going on. Now I'm gonna open the YouTube window. So I think it says like if I ever have viewers and stuff, if I look at the screen, it'll like tell me if there's any viewers. And if there are viewers, just like leave a message. You know, I want to see this. I don't know where to find this. Um, bloody hell. I'd like to pay attention to the trades instead of doing all this uh, hoo-ha. Is it in analytics? Oh, 2 views. Who's is there people watching right now? How do I see that? I remember like last time I tried to stream, it actually did tell me how many live viewers there are, but I don't know how to get to that screen. What the hell? Details? No. Why is it giving me a different screen to when I first did it? I guess because I did it like straight from YouTube, not through the OBS connection. Oh shit, I just dropped my cigarette in the jar. There we go, it was almost done anyway. Just I wanted to butt it out first. How do I... It says like how many views... Oh, oh no, that's another video. It says how many views it has, but it doesn't show like how many viewers are currently in the stream. I don't know how to freaking find this. Wait, what if I do this? View in live control room. Ah, I think that's it. No. Oh no. Ah, yes. Where did that thing... There's this thing, concurrent viewers, there, found it. So, there's nobody actually watching right now, and I am talking to myself. Now, I think if I minimize OBS, and I put this window where OBS was in my other screen, that way I can see where the thing is. Now let's go back to Ninja Trader. Oh, come on, don't go back up. Why are you doing that? I reckon, should I close it? Or is that just a pullback? Let's look at gold. Don't know what's happening with gold. There was like highs over here. Let me draw a horizontal line. Oh wow, like picked up quite a fair bit from there. So this was like the previous high. Excuse me, why are you not letting me draw a line here? Object reference not set to an insert. What the hell is your problem? What? My mouse is lagging. This is horrible. Why am I having all these bloody problems? What if I snap mode disabled? Is that gonna work? There we go. And then change snap mode so I can... What? Oh no, I don't want to stay in draw mode. There. What? Oh, what is going on here? Where's all this buggy? Oh, what the hell? I was thinking like Ninja Trader's so freaking good, and now I'm just having all these freaking bugs and stuff. This is crazy. And I think my computer especially lags when I'm running OBS, which is very sad. Wait, why is this... Oh, that's the price line, my bad. Price line is also a, it is a... Oh my gosh, what is going on? It is a... Maybe that's the indicator stuffing up. Priceline is also a shop in... It's a pharmacy in Australia. It's a chain of pharmacies. I like little puns and stuff like that. Oh, concurrent viewers. Wow, there's someone watching me talk about crap. Say hi in the live chat. Oh wait. Oh yeah, oh hey, it's Sid. What's up, dude? Oi. Oh, good as. I like this interaction. Now, Sid, you can't see like everything on the stream. I've only like what's the word? It's only streaming like a few little windows and not every little thing, not the whole screen. So sometimes like when I open the properties menu to try work something out, it's not going to show up. So anyway, I'm going to try this freaking horizontal line again because it was like giving me this error. Okay, that's working now. Now I want to, wait, I want to drag that up now. Okay, now it's working. I think it was because I had like these indicators open and like they were bugging out these indicators because I needed to like get some kind of activation from some dude emailing me about the indicators. Even though they're free, they're like, oh, you gotta activate it. And what these indicators were a watermark, so I can so it can show what instrument I'm trading for the stream, and also a candle countdown. And I'm gonna check my email again, see if that guy's got back to me after sending him my machine ID, which is apparently what he needed to activate it. And he said he'd like do it instantly. Alright, so the YouTube chat thing shows like you've got a crown and a #1. What does that even mean? Oh, top fans. 25 XP? You got experience points for being part of my stream. Wow. How do you... Was it just for being first in a stream you get XP? Well, I didn't know this was a freaking role-playing game. Wow. Alright, now what else? Oh, that's right. I was trying to get these indicators to work. Still haven't got a message back from Max. Bloody cigarettes. I quit smoking and drinking alcohol for 3 years, and it was like pretty much on the dot 3 years, because it was like right at the turn of 2023. So like a day or two into the new year of 2023, I quit chain smoking cold turkey. I also quit drinking. But then I'm like, I'm bipolar type 2, and I also have ADHD. And one of my meds, like, dosage got decreased, and I only noticed when the signs were, like, late, that it was not having a great effect on my mental health. And I didn't know how to cope, so I just started drinking and smoking again. I don't drink that much. I think I only drank, like, once last week. But yeah, no, I love cigarettes. Like, even when I quit for those 3 years, I was like, people say that smokers don't enjoy cigarettes. That is such freaking nonsense. Uh, Finding support, you say? Oh, that would make sense. Let's draw a line. Okay. So you... I'm starting to think, Sid, just as, you know, I went with your sage wisdom, this is actually just one contract that, you know, I started doing, like, oh, let's do 2 contracts. And let's go to 1 minute chart. I'm starting to think, should I just copy you? should should I just like trust that okay, you're a better trader than me, and not just for the sake of me winning, and you know, mindlessly copying someone, but actually just putting it into action. I don't know if you know what I mean, because I've often had this and I don't know if it's just me or other people have this mentality as well, of like, if you just do what someone tells you to do or suggests, maybe you're not really learning. But I think maybe it's just like an attitude thing. It's like, are you copying them just for the sake of copying and not actually learning, or can you copy it and then you are learning because you go in with the mindset of I'm putting it into action. Um, so maybe it is just like two ways. And yes, I do understand that, yeah, there's other traders to copy, but you're a human being that I have, what's the word, interactions with. You know, not like we're best buddies. I don't even know what your face looks like. Um, but um, I don't know. I think you are someone better to learn from for, you know, there's rapport, there's community that we're in the same Discord. Um, you're somebody I can actually discuss these things with. I think it's kind of um, like I'm very opinionated on on music education, given that that was my job. Um, and not just given that that was my job, because I mean, you can be a music teacher and not have any critical opinions about it, but I do. And one of these opinions is that teaching music is an absolute scam, particularly private lessons. Actually, even university is a freaking scam for, and conservatories, maybe they're a bit more justifiable. But for example, I went to the Australian Institute of Music, and it was it was a full-on scam, like a lot of unis and uni courses are these days. The point I'm making, going off on a bit of a tangent, is that uh, in private music lessons, uh, a lot of the students just want to copy what you're doing and not learn like the nuances of not just how to create music and how to interpret music, um, but actually how to just be a learned person. And you know, I flunked year 10 twice. I flunked uni several times. Um, but it's become very apparent to me that, like, in many ways, I am a lot more learned than than a lot of other people. And you know, it's often that way with trading, where trading is one of those things where there for the most part, there has to be a lot of discretionary learning and finding a way of success through discovering and refining and adapting your own personality, um, which is very artistic. Uh, you know, I think that that is actually a lot more common in artistic fields. It's very interesting to see that, um, you know, we may not think that trading uh, is very artistic, but given that people have different trading styles, uh, and it really often is like a matter of um, doing all of those artistic things. All right, you reckon I should take the profit? I also do notice there is like a bit of delay between what I say, or even just the whole screen. Um, the entire stream, there's like a bit of a delay between what is streamed and what is actually happening. I'm gonna look at those golden doubloons. Okay, that looks very slow. Okay, let's close the train. What the hell? Oh, okay. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. The stream just like stopped for a second. Um, oh yeah, so as I was saying before the stream bugged out, what do you reckon? Go long? And it looks like the stream's back up again, but when it cuts out like that, I don't know if it's actually cutting out. I don't know if it cuts out my voice as well. I mean, I assume it would if it's the entire stream, not just the screen. So don't go long, you say. Anyway, yeah, I think I can get rid of that line. Maybe put a new line here. I'm gonna get rid of that bloody crosshair. It's getting in my way. And I think you guys can see my mouse when I get rid of the uh, crosshair on my screen. Oh, it's weird. Looked like it was paused. I don't know when I hit pause if. Okay, I'm going in long here. Gotta always remember to put the ATM in. Um, Dude, as if not go long. I'm definitely going long. Oh, okay, looks like you're answering. Yeah. Like I said, it's like there's a bit of a delay. Oh man, it's so funny how freaking impulsive I am with this crap. Well, gonna see how it plays out anyway. I don't know if I'm actually gonna do my monk mode thing today. I mean, I probably should. Um, Guess I was just feeling hasty as usual. And yeah, you know what? I think in larger context, we see that it doesn't want to rise. Context, it's yeah going down mostly. What the hell? Keeps on saying the stream's cutting out. Alright, it says like in regards to like the stream status, it says like I have a lower bit rate than what is recommended. It says stream's current bit rate 475 kbps, lower than the recommended. We recommend 2500 kbps. Like, well, how the hell do I change that? I thought that was like entirely dependent on my internet connection. How the hell do can I change that in OBS? Can I even change it while the stream is happening? I don't think I can do it while it's changing, while it's streaming, but it looks like there may be a function in OBS where I can do that. I'm kind of amazed that it said that I had 9 views. Like 9, that's a big number for me. Speaking of numbers, you know, music is very mathematical, and I don't know if you were like reading what I was saying in the chat before, or if I shared this as like I developed all of these new forms of pitch notation for music. I think it was like there's a few different subsystems, but like four different stave systems. And then last night I came up with another one for rhythmic notation as well. And it really turns conventional music notational theory on its head, and I'm actually starting to use it as my primary form of music notation. It's quite challenging having to start to think a different way about music, but I think I'm going to get good rewards out of it. One difficulty is like when it comes to explaining things theoretically to other musicians, it's like, well, I have to use the conventions, and I'm really not a fan of these conventions because I think that they have a lot of, how do I say, a lot of like conceptions about how harmony works, which is kind of true, except it's hard to explain. It's like it kind of, standard music notation kind of tells you what, you know, there's that idea of like things being descriptive as opposed to prescriptive, and they say that about music theory, but I'm actually under the impression that standard music notation and the theory that accompanies it actually does have like a lot of prescriptive ways. I'm losing my choice of words here. prescriptive, what's the freaking word? Prescriptive, not assumptions, not presuppositions. There's another word similar to that. A lot of tendencies. I don't know. The point is that I really think that conventional music theory does have a lot of prescriptive attributes in it. And you hear that from musicians, a lot of self-taught musicians, especially guitarists, who are like really opposed to learning how to read music and learning music theory. Just, oh no, it's just going to limit you. And there actually is a degree of limitation there. You'll also be limited if you don't bother learning or developing any kind of theory. But the conventions, I think, if you understand the conventions purely, you can break those limitations. But the systems I've come up with, I really believe that they've eliminated that. At least one of them has. The others do have some other prescriptive notions into them. Alright, you were right. You were right all along. Don't go long. Unless I'm just doing my usual thing where a big candle scares me, you know. Oh wait, that was the wrong chart. Still probably bad to go long. Yeah, I should do monk mode today. It's almost 3 PM. So London opens in 4 hours. I've got to buy toilet paper. What's that lightning bolt mean? Does that just mean that it's active? Oh, you can't see that on the screen. Because I'm only, like, this is actually, the stuff that's streaming, actually, it's not even showing that part. Why is that not streaming? Is that... No, that's not in the way. Gee. Oh, there we go. So, that's showing up on the stream now. It'll take a few seconds for me to actually see it. Now I forget what I was saying. I think don't know, one of the last points I was just trying to say was, uh, don't want to stop the stream too soon. How long's it been going for? Surely there has to be a way to see this. Oh, okay, the thing did pop up with the positions box. Oh, that's what I was saying was so like the area that you see of like the chart, and then in the top left it has uh the thing that shows the profit and loss of both positions, and then the little control panel at the bottom of the screen. Those are things that I've chosen to stream, but the chart is actually in this bigger window, and this bigger window has a bit more things like, it's just basically the trade panel, like if you want to buy market, sell market, buy, ask, whatever, if you want to put an ATM strategy. Just curious about with the ATM strategy, it has like this lightning bolt, and I think that just means that's the one that is currently active. Now I've got a point to propose actually. Let's say you know what you're saying is like you need to hit it need it to hit your take profit, otherwise you're risking too much for a few dollars of profit. Um, is that would that almost be considered sunken cost fallacy? Ah, okay. Cool, thanks. Um, 1 hour means nothing to me. I'm unemployed and I'm in ADHD hyperfocus mode. I'm so determined on this because, as I said before, it's like, what other freaking chance do I have to get a job that's actually gonna pay me well? It's like near impossible for me to get um, any decent qualifications, especially like being 35. It's like if I did go to uni and did stick with it, um, then it's like all of that time in uni, I'm going to be barely working and not making much money. So, yeah, an hour doing this means very little in terms of wasting my time. Uh, I wouldn't say the more time doing this uh, means better results. I believe uh, quality over quantity. You know, it's what and how you're practicing and learning as opposed to just practicing and learning for hours. There's that expression, work smart, not hard. Online universities, that doesn't make a difference. It's not just about, you know, whether I can get to class or can I handle the classroom. Uh, it's pretty severe ADHD. Um, so I have tried online uni actually. Um, was trying to do web development and like I did not even do the first bit of homework. Um, I think actually online university was even more challenging. and difficult, because then I was so much more reliant on my own motivation. I didn't have, classmates and teachers actually present. I didn't have the responsibility of getting to a actual physical place. The reason why you want the trades to complete relatively quickly is because the market changes during that time, becomes less about your analysis and more about a coin flip up or down. Yeah, that is a good point. That is a very good point. No, this is the 1 minute. Oh, unless you mean, actually, yeah, no, that's a really good point. Actually, that was a note that I wrote in my journal during my last trading session, is that I really have to put that into practice, actually. I'm going to open a new chart, and I'm going to look at it in my other window, so it's not going to be streamed. My other monitor, I mean. And I'm going to look at higher time frames for direction. Thank you so much for reminding me. So now, why is this chart not loading? Okay. Now I was thinking, and I probably need to experiment with this, is that I could judge direction based on hourly, 4-hourly, or daily. Now, the hourly looks more bearish, and here I am going long. It's overall more bearish, but it is actually quite stagnant. The past 2 hours are just like these really small dojis. I'm gonna look at a 4-hour. 4 times 60. What the hell is 4 times 60? 240 minutes. What the heck? Oh, there we go, 240. Label, call it 4 hours. Great. I'm gonna look at the 4-hour chart. What's your recommendation, man, for determining the direction of a higher time frame? $15 minutes. Okay, that's groovy. Let's have a look at 15, see what I can ascertain from this. I mean, it's like a decent abbreviation. And the 15-minute on MNQ, it looks boring as hell. Still mostly bearish. I think 15 minutes is pretty decent because 1 hour, it's like a 1 hour candle can still change a lot. There is so much information in a 1 hour candle that could just mean so much, where Yeah, now that you mention it and I actually consider it, 15 minutes, yeah, just abbreviate the information quite nicely. And once again, I think that you're a great person uh, to gain advice and consider this advice from. Oh, did I lose something? I heard stop filled. So let me look at gold. Yeah. Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to open a 15-minute of gold as well. And gold, I mean, it looks bullish as hell. Um, but the past few hours are quite slow and choppy. And yeah, I think this is also a greater opportunity for me to slow the hell down because if I see that the timeframes are in conflict, I think that that's like definitely an indication of don't trade, man. Where if I see the higher and lower time frames uh, have some continuity, then then I can be more what's the word? More confident to place a trade. So once again, thank you very much for the advice. Well, for the suggestion and input, you know. Um, as I said, it's like I try not to be somebody who just does what someone says um, just because they're successful or experienced, um, but to once again, I think this is coming from like my mentality as a teacher, and my dad's a teacher as well. Um, so even though like I'm such like an academic failure, education to me, I think is uh, I think especially because I like from a very young age seeing how like school was not working for me, I became very disillusioned with the education system, and now that I'm older, I think that these things have actually been confirmed that the education system is pretty screwed up. The point I'm making is that when it comes to learning, uh, I think that a lot of people's attitude learning is a teacher tells you this, and then you take that on board. The teacher teaches you 2 plus 2 equals 4, and then from now on you know that 2 plus 2 equals 4. Um, but that's not really what education is. Um, Education, I think that a teacher is not a do this person. A teacher is somebody who accommodates the learning process. Like the real teacher is yourself. Um, the person who has um, the role of the teacher, you know, the one who's superior, the master, as opposed to the apprentice, um, all they do is facilitate the learning process, and ultimately you want to be somebody who um, who can teach themselves, who makes their own discoveries and arrives at the right place. So the point I'm making is uh, I don't see you as someone as like just do exactly what Sid is doing and then I'll be great just like Sid. It's more along the lines of Sid has some more experience, and see through what he does, what I can ascertain, what I can understand, and how can I use this as a framework or a lens for me to develop my own judgments. And I think this is a very important thing, is like, we can be confident. Universities are not like this anymore. Universities, from their very conception, were a place where you were encouraged to question and challenge your professor. These days, that is like anathema. But yeah, it's like, in the case of seeing you as some sort of mentor, I want to exercise my right and my freedom and my willingness to question these things. So usually when I take something on board from you, it's not entirely, oh, this is going to work for me. It's more, see how it works for me, see why it works for me. Not even just like how or why it works objectively for everyone, but for my growth and development as a trader. Well, yeah, sorry, I just looked at the chat now. Yeah, I would be trading off the smaller time frame. The higher time frame is just to get an idea of direction. And like I said before, is I think this is something that I do have to implement in my trading for now, and possibly even more into the future. Who knows what my trading style is going to be like in the future. But for now, seeing confluence between higher and lower time frame, I believe that will allow me to judge the price action more accurately, and also prevent me from taking too many trades, as I have to wait for all this confluence and continuation. And I don't think it's just a matter of, say for example, the 15 shows like this great bearish bar, just the last bar, and then going, oh, you know, it's looking quite bearish on the 1 minute. I think more, let me flick to the, let's flick to the hourly. So if I look at the hourly, if I looked at just like these last two candles, I mean, they're red. They're red, they're pretty much ranging, they're pretty indecisive. I mean, there's this big freaking wick here. But all together, it's like, well, the last two candles show like a bit of downwards momentum. Actually, no, let's not look at 60. Let's look at 15, like you say. I think that's a better example. It's pretty choppy, but if I was looking at the last candle, I'd be like, oh, well, oh, new candle just started. I'd be like, oh, it's bearish. But if I look at the whole freaking thing, it's like, no, it's mostly bullish. Um, so not just treating it on a take my 1 minute chart on a judging 15 by 15 minute basis, but seeing the whole structure in context. So in this case, what I would wait for is see more bullishness, because when I see more bullishness, um, then I can have more confidence that we are in a bullish market altogether, and then on the 1 minute, that's when I can start taking bull trades. So, um, so let's go back to 15 again. So let's say hypothetically I want to be going short as well. In the interim, for example, on this big red candle on the left, it's like, you know, some short trades might have worked pretty decently there. But it's more risky because everything else is saying that there's more bullishness happening. So although it would be possible, especially if you've got like more experience in reading this kind of stuff, to take those shorts in those opportunities, I think at the moment I'm better off focusing on longs. And I think that will alleviate some of the problems I have, because you know, I tend to place one trade after the other, and that does not work. Uh, that does not really work for me. No matter if I win or lose, I see like a big candle, red or green, and I go, oh, it's time to go long or short now, just expecting that that's just going to continue because of like one or two candles. Um, or even like, you know, looking at the 1 minute here, it's like I could assume that up here is, oh, we're going down now. But if I look at the 15 minute, doesn't matter if we're going down a bit, uh, everything else seems to be going up. And similar thing here is MNQ on the 15 on my other monitor shows that everything's pretty much going down, but quite rangy and choppy in the past couple of hours. Last trading, but I totally forgot about it. You know what? Instead of stopping this stream and going out to buy toilet paper and then going monk mode before London, I think I might use London as my opportunity for monk mode. What direction was my last gold trade? I don't even know how to my trade history. On Ninja Trader. Okay, so gold. Okay, so yes, there it is. So my entry was long, which, as I said before, gold was mostly bullish. Okay, I don't know what the okay cool means because, like I said, there's a delay between the stream, what's on my screen and what I'm saying, and how it's actually delivered, uh, the stream itself. So I said a lot of things because, as you know, I talk a freaking lot, and I don't know what the okay cool is in regards to. Yeah, I really, especially now, do not think that I should be in long on MNQ, and I will close this. I, I don't think I'm being hasty. I think I'm being decisive, and well, you did have a point of support being there, uh, but I think especially if MNQ does get less choppy, um, then I should be focusing on shorts. And in that case, probably wait for break of support. So there's another thing, is like, yeah, I'm waiting, you know. Waiting is, time is money. If I just wait for potentially breaking support, um, then I'm gonna make more money than if I just say that I'm gonna take shorts now. Oh, I didn't even finish my coffee. I think I might make a third coffee. I try to limit myself to 3 a day, and most days I only have 2. But I think this calls for a third one. While I'm waiting for the coffee machine to heat up, I think I'll just mention I actually didn't watch that video that you posted. Can't remember if it was Wyckoff theory or Elliott waves. I'm just scrolling up in the Discord. Um, Was in trading chat or in futures? Okay, I think it was in futures. Yeah, this one on Wyckoff theory. Yeah, I actually didn't watch it yet. Um, so I'm gonna have to get into that. I also, because you were all like, oh, check ICT out, even though he's a failure. Um, I found this video. It goes for half an hour, and it goes through all of the ICT concepts, and like, he explains how like some of them are just like, a lot of them are not his own ideas. They usually come from Dow and I think Wyckoff, a few other people from like decades and centuries ago. Um, but also some of his stuff, how it's actually just completely untrue. Like one of the biggest things is how like him and his cult members, how they think that the market is driven by this algorithm. Freaking foolishness. Um, so, and then it's like he doesn't understand what the word liquidity means. Like he misuses that word to refer to something else. There's a lot of those kind of things that ICT just really gets wrong. But I think, as I said, like in our direct messages the other day, is like somebody who has done that amount of analysis, especially the fact that he gets it wrong and hasn't been profitable yet. It's like he's always trying to search what is the freaking answer. Uh, how can I piece all these pieces together? It's like he's made these discoveries, many of which are not his own, and many of which he gets entirely wrong. Um, but he has like an arsenal of all of these different pattern identification techniques. He just doesn't understand how they work in context, and many of them he doesn't understand uh, what they actually are. You know, for example, uh, not understanding what the word liquidity means and using that um, incorrectly. So I think the point I'm trying to make is like he's like somebody who knows a lot of words, but he uses those words incorrectly in the wrong context, and sometimes gets the definition of that word completely wrong. But he's still someone who knows a lot of words. It's like, let's say you don't know the word nefarious, and then like this dumbass pseudo-intellectual, he says the word nefarious, and he uses it totally wrong, and he's making no sense. But you're like, oh, that's a new word. I'm gonna learn how to use that new word in context. That's my opinion on getting getting ICT concepts uh, as your inspiration on how to correctly use his quote unquote concepts, quote unquote his concepts. Make that coffee. Right, I'm back. Now, I don't know if you know that Icelandic musician Björk, but she had this video from like the 90s or something when she was a bit more prominent, and she's opening up a TV and explaining all the different parts of the TV in a very poetic fashion. Like, she shows like the wires going from here and there, and she's like, "Oh, here's where like the electrons go to the city and do their job and stuff." And she talks about how when she was younger, she was very afraid to watch TV, and she would get a headache watching TV because she read something by a Danish poet, um, and this poet said that like TV, it's like watching 100 screens at once. That the TV screen is not just one screen of information, but it's actually hundreds of little screens all put together. And watching TV will screw you up mentally because it's like information overload. And then Björk said that then she read some uh, more scientific books on how a TV works. And then she learned that what this Danish poet said was not factually true, and then she was not afraid to watch TV anymore. And the funny thing she says, you shouldn't let poets lie to you. And that's kind of what I think about ICT is like, uh, as much as I hate to give that guy any kind of credit, uh, he's somewhat of a lying poet. And poetry, in poetry, you're totally free to use words outside of their actual factual meanings and definitions in order to illustrate a um, illustrate a message. Now, what is ICT's message? It's one of narcissism. It's, hey, watch me, I know all of this stuff. Give me money and I'll help you make money too. Um, and, I think that he's using all of this so-called knowledge um, as his language of, I know what I'm doing, listen to me. So let's look at that 15 chart again in my other window. And I'm going to make a note, actually. I'm going to write on the screen. Right. How do I edit this? Here we go. Is there a way I can increase the size of this? Yes. Let's see what 20 pixels looks like. There we go. And I'm going to save that as the default. Cool. And let's look at what gold looks like on the 15-minute again and make a note of how I should plan my entry. In this case, I would say the opposite is it says bullish, wait for break of resistance. Ah! There we go. I could also just wait for like more bearishness in the short term. So I'll show you what that looks like on the 15. Look, that's just sad. Look at all these entries and exits I've placed. That's freaking sad. Like, I should not be doing that. The point is, it's like, well, we kind of like broke that high, and there's like some down stuff going on, not the strongest. But if I see some 15 candles, like a few of them maybe, just like saying, hey boy, we're going down, especially if there's like a breakdown here, then it's like, well, I can change my bias. Like then I would say, no, I don't want to go long. Maybe it's a reversal and I do want to go short. And yeah, I think I'm exercising good patience here. I just realized my trades are, I'm not even in any trades. What's my P&L look like? Wow, down like 500 today. That's very revealing. How many trades did I place today? Like 6? Wish there was an easier way to... Oh, executions? Yeah, here we go. 2 short, so 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't even count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've lost. Is this whole window showing on the screen? Wait, where'd you go? Okay, I think it does resize when I move it up like that. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so I've made 11 trades today. Not all of them went to 100. It's like a it's not trade performance. So that this thing isn't working. I tried doing this before. It doesn't even give any information. the hell's going on here? Okay. That drop-down menu works. Oh, now that one's working. So Monday, 23rd. That generate button doesn't work. What the hell's wrong with it? Can't see how many trades I did today. Or which one's won and lost. Let's just pretend it's 100 to 100. So if I traded 11 and I've lost, where did my text go? What the hell? Oh no, it's not indicators, it's objects. How do I view that? Drawing tools. Here we go, drawing objects. Oh, it says I do have some text. Where the hell did it go? Oh, here it is. Why was it over there? I think I can lock this somehow. There we go, locked. And now that won't move. Great. And I'll lock this one too. Great. So let's open up the calculator. How would this work? How could I... So if I traded 11 trades, no, 11 times 100, take away. So theoretically I lost 6 out of 11 trades. Wait, no. No, that doesn't make sense. It was minus 500. Oh god, I'm so freaking bad at math. So... no, I'm so bad at math. I don't know how that works. Well, I'm feeling smarter already. Thinking of this strategy, having this continuity between time frames, seeing the bigger picture. And this should work extra good for monk mode. Or, might not just wait for the break of resistance on gold. Or, how do I articulate this? And how would this apply to MNQ? Yeah, I would still have to wait for breaker support. So it feels good thinking, okay, we're not just looking at the small thing if it's time to go long or short, like, oh, I could have I don't know if it's showing my mouse. There we go. Yeah, so it's like I'd be like, oh, you know, it would have been good to go long here and get there, or it would have been good to go short there to there. Rather just thinking, well, 15-minute whole thing showing a lot more bearishness, so it's like I barely have to think about going long at all. Just focus on where are the short moves. When the short move presents itself, then I'll take that. So that's taken a lot of uncertainty from me, and you know, uncertainty is what fosters fear, and what fear fosters is bad decision making. Then when you make bad decision making, you lose, you become more uncertain and fearful, so then you make more bad decisions, and that's basically going on tilt. So I have noticed that I had gone on tilt sometimes, and especially like in earlier times where I've tried to get into trading, I when I realize I've been on tilt for 1 or 2, maybe even 3 days of like stupid, impulsive gambling, then I'm like, oh, I can't freaking do this anymore, I need a huge break. This time is very different because I want to make this my career. So I'm really making sure I'm doing as much as I can, even though I'm making a lot of mistakes on the way. What is that line doing there? There we are. Yeah, I'm making lots of refinements and corrections as well. And once again, it's like, well, we touch support here. There's like bullish potential in the short term, but that's taking a stupid risk. Actually, I do feel like taking a stupid risk. And I'm just going to move my targets a little bit just to see how it works out. Move that a bit closer. There we go. Now that's a... Move that even closer. Oh, so it tells me how many points it is. That's cool. Or ticks, I'm not sure. Let's put it at 90 here, and this one would be... Oh, 82? Shit, 85. Yeah. Let's put it here. 79. 83. Okay, there. That's nicer. Still pretty unrealistic, in my opinion. I just wanted to see how it goes. Could make it even shorter. Like I put it to that pivot and that pivot, and that one and that one. Still just experimenting, you know. Gold, I could like even just like, you know, possibly look at that as support. To be honest, yeah, that actually is taking a risk. Sure, I'm experimenting, but now that I think about it, what am I actually going to learn from that experiment? If it wins, then I'm actually like confirming myself to this idea of it was a good decision. Now what I realize, and just like you said, it was like a flip of a coin. That was actually pretty stupid of me, and I'm glad that I realized that. I should not be taking these risks. You know, even here is like, you know, it hit what I deemed as support, but that really doesn't mean much. Because even hit, well, not even hit, but like tested support here and here, even just like the test of support here, it's like it did not freaking go up. The 15 minute tells another story. Actually, you can even see that story here. It's just like it is consolidating. It's you know, what some people would say is like a triangle or wedge or something, which, you know, does imply the possibility of a break of that structure. But I think triangles are actually pretty stupid, because like, let's say that goes up here, it's like that hasn't necessarily broken a triangle. It's like all you've done is like, oh crap, hang on. All you've done is widen the shape of it. And I learned that from actual experience, that a break of a triangle does not necessarily mean a break of a triangle. It often is just like broadening the width of that triangle. How long's this stream been going for? Oh, I guess I can check it in OBS. An hour and 40 minutes, gee. I really don't have anything better to do. I do gotta buy toilet paper though. London opens in 3 hours. I guess I can just leave this. It's gonna take very long for this trade to do anything, and I can stop the stream, do what I need to do, and get back into monk mode. I think that is a solid idea. I'll wait until I finish this coffee, and then I'll call that the end of the stream, which should probably reach, you know, somewhere near the 2 hour mark. I think that's pretty decent, and I'm looking forward to going monk mode. I'm gonna text my dad, so I want to tell him about these musical ideas I had. He doesn't understand music, but he did make a suggestion, and I did go through with it even though he doesn't understand music too much, he tried to give his input, and I realized, oh, would you look at that? I already rolled a cigarette before, and then I went and rolled another one. Gee, and that's a good sign actually, that that I'm not smoking too much, because just before I quit smoking 3 years ago, I bought a new Fender Stratocaster, and I was playing it so much that it delayed my drinking and smoking, where usually I was a chain smoker, but I was practicing so much with this new guitar that I would have a cigarette rolled, and I'd have a can of beer in front of me, and like an hour or two would pass, and I'd be like, whoa, I like forgot to take a sip of my beer and smoke that cigarette. I would even go like, okay, after I practice this little bit, then I'll have my beer and cigarette. And it wasn't like a reward thing. It was just like, no, I'm too into this. Like, I'll drink after. And then I'd realize, whoa, another hour has passed, and like I actually forgot that I was going to drink and smoke. So the fact that I thought I had already smoked a cigarette, but is actually still sitting there, and now I've got 2 cigarettes that I've rolled sitting there, I think that's a good sign that I'm beginning to focus on more important things. Anyway, let's smoke this, and then after I've had that cigarette and coffee, then I'll go out and buy toilet paper, get back and do monk mode. I wonder why it's still showing that Sid's online, because must be pretty late where he is. I know he's like Central Time. I'm gonna check the time zone website. It's like 11 p.m. there. Now I don't know if he's actually still there. I don't know if he's still listening, because, you know, I've just been talking on and on and on. Which even though he's the only viewer, I don't know if anyone's actually gonna like bother watching the live stream when it's saved on the YouTube channel. But it's like, well, you know, I can't just be showing a screen and not talking, in case people are gonna watch. I've got to hear something, even though I'm not like, you know, one of those influencers who says a lot of stupid crap and has like a vibrant personality. I'm not going for that. I don't want to be a trading influencer. Maybe if I get enough views and it just makes me the money, then maybe I'll just like, okay, well, it's making me money. I don't have to be someone else. It probably would inflate my ego. That is something to be a bit concerned about. It's like I don't want to get like so many viewers and then I become Mr. Famous, and then it's like, oh, because I've like done so much talking and everyone's been watching me now, they've like gotten used to being a celebrity, and that's my entire personality. It's like I it could be a possibility, and I wouldn't want that to happen. I hope that as I continue this, that it doesn't happen. I actually hope that, I actually really do hope that I do not get lots of viewers and subscribers. I actually would prefer if this is small and it's just like a few people. I would like some people to view and talk to, for input and for reflection and advice and suggestions, and considering all kinds of ideas with this, and sharing my own ideas and experience for the sake of personal growth and getting better at this. But having like excessive amounts, and like, you know, the chat is just like everybody trolling and talking this, that. that is something I'd want to avoid. I don't know how I can avoid it. You know, who knows if for some reason I start trending and then just everyone's freaking watching. I wouldn't want to stop doing this because I find it is a good way to make myself transparent and accountable, that other people are seeing what I'm doing, and I don't want to embarrass myself by making stupid decisions all the time. But like, you know, if I ever become a bit of an online celebrity, I really don't want that to happen. So, I guess what I can probably do is just do it on until I'm consistent and profitable, and then if I get like bajillions of subscribers or whatever, it's like only go on occasionally, whereas like now I'm trying to make it a daily thing. So I don't have to make it daily. I can just do it occasionally. Okay, that's the goal, that's the plan, that is my safety measure of how I am going to prevent myself from becoming a narcissist. Because really, that's what influencers are. They're just narcissists. I was actually in a situationship with a girl who had almost 300,000 subscribers on YouTube. She was one of Australia's first influencers. And when I met her, she hadn't made videos for years, and she was actually a prostitute. She actually became a prostitute, became an alcoholic, and I was in a situationship with this girl. I thought, like, I'll have to admit, it's like I did fall for that I can change her nonsense. But yeah, no, she was a narcissist. Even though she was like destroying her life, uh, she had very manipulative tendencies. Whether she was doing it on purpose or not, because I think somebody in that situation, they kind of have to be that way to survive. And I think that could have led to it, is she could have inflated her ego so much, and then she's like, well, what the hell can I do to support my lifestyle? There's a lot of money in prostitution. And yeah, she was a big spender. I offered to help her financially. It was like, you know, start making a budget and don't buy all these lavish things. Because she tried to like limit when she worked, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna work today so I can get like $1,000 or a few $1,000s, and then I'm set for the next few days where I can just buy whatever I want. And yeah, it was just like a horrible cycle for her. This trade is what? Choppy and going nowhere. How long's the stream been going for now? 10 minutes until 2 hours, so I'll probably finish my coffee by then. And do some daily business, maybe clean up my messy apartment. Then we'll do monk mode. I'll save the template of this. There we go. Hopefully when I go back, that freaking watermark and candlestick counters are actually activated. Might have to email that guy back. Did my email to him actually go through? Sent. Okay, it looks like it was sent. Alright, that's not looking good. I hope it, yeah, I hope it breaks support. Let's see what support looks like on a bigger time frame. So I think I'll add more support here and here. Maybe add a resistance here. And then let's do that for gold as well. Now, no need to draw resistance. Support there. What are these lines? Oh, that's funny, on the 16-minute. Okay, that makes sense why that one's there. What about this upper one? Let's look at that again. I don't want to look at 4 hour, I want to look at 1 hour. Oh, okay, yes, it does make sense why that's there. Why is that line up there? Is that? Oh, it is. Okay, I'll delete you. Yeah. And now, once again, we've touched support. Well, you know, but let's look at the 15 on my other screen. What the hell? Why is it? There we are. So 15 on. I want 15 on gold. Yeah, it's still not where I want it to be. We've got to wait for this confirmation. Or I can risk it. Yeah, let's take a risk. Let's gamble. There we go. You should be very proud of yourself, Matthew. All for the sake of entertainment. What does it say? Is that a different concurrent viewer? I assumed it was Sid. He's not answering. Either he's turned off his audio. It says average view duration. Oh, but then again, it said there was 9 views. Oh, but it was 9 views before, so must be still him. But still, it's like I believe I'm talking into thin air. Yeah, this is yeah, that was pretty stupid of me going long. Look at the hour again and just see if, like, is there potential for reversal? Like, what are you doing? No, I mean, that's like not a... It's not like a normal place of support there. And it's only support on this, like, really short, short time frame. So, I would suspect it is, like, not going to be a normal area for reversal, unless it's, like, one of those, supply and demand zones that I, like, have no idea how they actually work. Or some other thing that I'm not aware of, but in just like basic support and resistance, that's like such a short-term thing. I don't see any reason, according to my own limited knowledge, why it should reverse from that point. Wait, what the hell happened there? Wait, why is... What's the scale on the other side now? No, I don't want to... Ah, what happened? Why's my scale there? What if I go back to the default template? Is that going to fix it? Load default? Yes, that fixed it. Great. And I haven't been journaling any of this. I mean, you know, I made a recording of it, but it's so much easier to just, like, make the points that are important to you and then just, like, go back to your handwritten journal than to watch a freaking 2-hour video of you talking crap and not really doing much. Well, I've finished my coffee now. I think I'll have this cigarette. Or, no, I'll leave the cigarette till later. That's a good thing. Yeah, I don't need it now. It's a good sign that this is distracting me from it. So, we've been streaming for just about 2 hours, actually, so good thing. I'll go monk mode, see how these things go, and see you later.